Hello class, we will again continue with the discussion here in differential calculus. Now, today we have our topic, the derivative. Now, whenever we look for the slope of a line, for example here in the figure, we have your line from point P to point P prime. We get the slope m as the rise over run. Now in the figure, what is the represented by the rise there? Is represented by delta y. So from point P to point P prime, the change vertically is delta y, and the change from P to P prime here is delta x. So basically the ratio of delta y over delta x is your slope. But what happens if we are looking for the slope of a curve? So that is a lot difficult, right? So for example, here is the curve from point P to point P prime. So how do we get the slope? So given the function y equals f of x continuous at point P, well, your point P here has the location or coordinate x, y. Let us assign x an arbitrary increment delta x. That means it is the location of delta p or p prime from the point of origin. If your point P has a location of x, for your p prime, it has the location x plus delta x. Now, how about for the location at the y-axis? For the y-axis, we just have y plus delta y. So, that is the step 1. So, looking for the slope of the curve or the derivative of the curve, we have 3 steps. And yes, we are discussing here now the 3-step rule. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. What we just discussed a while ago is your step 1. Your step 1 is add delta y to y and delta x to x in the given equation. So we just put delta y and delta x. How about step 2? In step 2, we substitute the value of y in the given and form the ratio. What ratio are we talking about? Well, when we are looking for the slope, we are looking for the ratio delta y over delta x, or the rise over run. So, says there, substitute the value of y, which is here from the given. So the given here is y equals f of x. So the y here becomes f of x. Then the f of x is transposed on the right side of the equation. Now there goes your negative f of x. Then we form the ratio delta y over delta x. We put here delta x, therefore we put also delta x in your right side of the equation. Now for step 3, find the limit of the ratio delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0. Why? Because the limit of the ratio delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0 is called the derivative of y with respect to x. Yes, that's basically our derivative. Now let's try to solve the sample problems given in your notes. Again, this note is already uploaded in your MS Teams. For example number 1, the instruction is differentiate the following. For number 1, so we need to differentiate y equals x squared minus 2x. The first step here is to add delta y for y and delta x for x. So we will be using parentheses x plus delta x, then there goes your squared. Now, as we mentioned in the first lecture video, it is important so as to get the solution correct. Why? Because if we don't use parentheses, we will be doing a mistake like that. So in order to not have that kind of mistake, whenever we substitute a value for x, remember that you need the parentheses, right? And minus 2, now your x becomes x plus delta x. Next, we need to expand. So what is the expanded form of this one? That is x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared. Then distribute this part, negative 2x minus 2 delta x. Next, the next step is to substitute the value of y. Now, as you can see from the given equation, the value of y is x squared minus 2x plus delta y equals x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 2x minus 2 delta x. Now, it is important that as we execute this solution, we need to be really awake and alert. Why? Because one mistake will render our answer incorrect. So we need to be alert. For example, we might miss putting x here, or that we might mistake this for negative if we are kind of sleepy. So we need to be very alert as we solve this lengthy solution. So what's next? We need to always remember that delta y should always be left on the left side of the equation. So left on the left side, delta y. Then combine like terms. We have there x squared minus x squared. Now, where did this negative x squared came from? It came from here, positive x squared. Now, since it goes over the boundary, which is your equal sign, it becomes negative. So again, that is your algebra. Next, we have 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 2 delta x. Now we need to check if all of the needed terms are here. One way to do that is to count how many terms we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So nothing is left behind. Again, the terms here are separated by operations. Okay, so we have delta y. This becomes 0, 2x, delta x, and then we have there delta x squared, 0, and minus 2 delta x. Again, our goal is to get the ratio of delta y over delta x. So we have now your delta y, and then we can get your delta x from the right side of the equation. Now all of the terms here on the right side has delta x. So we just have to put delta x outside the parentheses. So we have delta x times 2x plus another delta x minus 2. So that if we distribute delta x inside the parentheses, we will still arrive to this the same equation. Okay? Now finally we get the ratio delta y over delta x equals 2x plus delta x minus 2. Now for the third step, step number 3, we need to get the limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0, that is equal to 2x plus 0 minus 2, and that is equal to 2x minus 2. Or we can have the answer 2 times x minus 1. So we have two possible answers here. Okay, so that is our 3-step rule. For the second example, we have y equals 4x squared minus 3x minus 2. Okay, so again, in step 1, we add delta y for y and delta x for x. We have y plus delta y equals 4 times x plus delta x squared. So notice what happens there. Minus 3 times x plus delta x minus 2. Then we need to expand the equations. So we have there y plus delta y equals 4x plus 4 delta x. Oh, sorry. We need to expand first the one inside the parentheses. Okay? Bit excited. So let's expand that first. This becomes x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 2. Okay, then distribute that again. We have 4x squared plus, this becomes 8x delta x. Now, we need to be very careful with this one. We have 4 delta x squared. Why careful? Because sometimes when we write 4, it might look like a triangle, like delta. So, quite similar if our handwriting might not be careful. So, we need to really make 4 look like 4 and delta look like delta. Sometimes I was able to observe that some students write delta like this and it looks like 0 already. Remember that delta is a triangle like that. Okay. Minus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 2. Next is to substitute the value of y from the given equation. So you have there the value of y is 4x squared minus 3x minus 2. Don't forget delta y equals 4x squared plus 8x delta x plus 4 delta x squared minus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 2. Then, we combine like terms. As stated a while ago, you need to have delta y remain on the left side of the equation. You have therefore x squared minus 4x squared plus 8x delta x plus 4 delta x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 2 plus 2 almost. Then you have delta y equals, this cancels out, 8x delta x plus 4 delta x squared cancels out minus 3 delta x cancel out. Okay, then again if you observe, all terms at the right side has delta x. Plus 4 delta x minus 3. So that if you distribute delta x here, it will arrive the original equation on the right side. Okay. And finally, we get the ratio delta y over delta x equals 8x plus 4 delta x minus 3. Then, step number 3, let's look for the limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0, it is equal to 8x plus 4 times your delta x becomes 0 minus 3. So the final answer is 8x minus 3. Okay, so that is for example number 2. Now how about for example number 3, which looks a bit complicated. So y is equal to 2 minus 3x minus 1 over x. So here involves a fraction. Again, step 1. Step 1 is add delta y for y. It's 2 minus 3 times x delta x minus 1 over x plus delta x. Then let's expand. Y plus delta y equals 2 minus 3, should be negative 3x minus 3 delta x minus 1 over x plus delta x. Then substitute for the value of y. We have 2 minus 3x minus 1 over x plus delta y equals 2 minus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 1 over x plus delta x. Let's combine like terms and leaving delta y in the left side of the equation. We have 2 minus 2 minus 3x plus 3x minus 3 delta x minus 1 over x plus delta x plus 1 over x. So happens, this becomes 0, 0. What's left is negative 3 delta x minus 1 over x plus delta x plus 1 over x. Now to solve this equation, we need to remove the denominator. Now to remove the denominator, we need to multiply the right side of the equation with x plus delta x. This is the denominator, the common denominator. If what we do with the right side of the equation, we should also do with the left side of the equation. So we have x plus delta x. Okay. Again, we need to, so what happens here? Now, if we distribute this and also your delta y, so what happens here? Becomes x squared plus x delta x, then delta y. Then on the right side, we multiply. Okay, so we multiply this into the first term. So this becomes negative 3x delta x times x plus delta x. I haven't expanded it yet. Next, let's multiply this to your second term. So what happens? For the second term, the denominator and the numerator here is similar, so we can cancel them out. So what's left is x. X will then be multiplied to 1. So what happens? This becomes negative x plus, multiply this for the third term. So what happens? The denominator and the numerator here is similar, so we can cancel them out, and what's left is x plus delta x. So x plus delta x multiplied with 1, it's the same. Again, let's expand. Plus, this becomes negative 3x squared delta x. take note that when multiplying x with negative 3x, the x here is not multiplied to delta x, and thus the common mistake of some students, negative 3x delta x squared. No, that is incorrect. We consider delta x as a single entity. So you cannot multiply x with the x in the delta x because that's incorrect. That is not possible because delta x is considered as 1. So you will be multiplying x here with a singular entity x, which is similar to it. Okay, so again, do not multiply x to the delta x and arrive at the answer delta x squared because that is incorrect. Okay, so again, where are we? Next is negative 3. How about this one? Delta x. Well, again, as mentioned a while ago, delta x is a single entity. So we'll multiply this negative delta x with another delta x. So it becomes delta x squared. See the difference? So there is twice of delta x. So it becomes delta x squared minus x. Oh, this is already 0. Right? Negative x and positive x, then plus delta x. Okay, so as you have observed, all of them here has delta x. We have the x squared plus x delta x delta y equals delta x negative 3x squared minus 3x delta x plus, so what happens here? Becomes plus 1. Okay, so observe that finally we can have the ratio delta y and delta x. So we have delta y over delta x equals negative 3x squared minus 3x delta x plus 1 over x squared plus x delta x. Then finally, last step is have the limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0. So we have negative 3x squared minus 3x. So delta x becomes 0 plus 1 over x squared plus x times 0. So this already becomes 0. So the final answer here is negative 3x squared plus 1, okay, all over x squared. Okay, you can have this answer, or you can have negative 3 plus 1 over x squared. So again, you can have two answers, but they are still the same. So yes, we are quite following for a while. Now, how about your example number 4? For the example number 4, we will be using wider screen for that. Okay, for example number 4. We have y equals x plus 2 over 3 minus x. So again, for the first step, we will add delta y for y and delta x for x. So this seems scary because it's already another fraction, but no, be patient in solving problems because it just requires patience. So y plus delta y equals x plus delta x plus 2. We have 3 minus x x plus delta x. Distribute, we have y plus delta y equals x plus delta x plus 2 over 3 minus x minus delta x. Then substitute for the value of y. Now for the value of y, we have x plus 2. Okay, and just remove the parentheses. X plus 2, 3 minus x plus delta y equals x plus delta x plus 2 over 3 minus x minus delta x. So here we put this fraction to the right side of the equation. So what's left here is your delta y. So we have x plus delta x plus 2 over 3 minus x minus delta x minus x plus 2 over 3 minus x. So in order for this equation here to become just the numerator, we multiply it with the common denominator, which is 3 minus x minus delta x times 3 minus x. So what we do with the right side of the equation is what we will also do with the left side of the equation. So we have here 3 minus x minus delta x, 3 minus x. Okay, so we have 3 minus x minus delta x minus x delta y equals, so if we multiply this in the first term, what happens? The denominator 3 minus x minus delta x and this numerator will be cancelled. So what is left? What's left to be multiplied is 3 minus x. Okay. So we have now x plus delta x plus 2 multiplied with 3 minus x minus x plus 2 multiplied with what? Well, this again, when we multiplied with the second term, the denominator 3 minus x is similar with the numerator 3 minus x. So we can cancel that one out. So what's left to be multiplied with x plus 2 is 3 minus x minus delta x. 3 minus x minus delta x. Okay, so let's expand them or distribute. 3 minus x. Now I leave this as is because you will see later on why. It's for ease of solving. So later on we will just substitute for the value of delta x with 0. If you have been observing from our previous examples, delta x has always been substituted with 0. So later on, this one here will be substituted with 0. Okay. So what is 3 multiplied here? Distribute. We have 3x plus 3 delta x plus 6. Next is negative x multiplied to the equation. So we have negative x squared minus x delta x minus 2x. Again, when we multiplied x with the delta x, we did not arrive with the answer delta x squared. No. We have the answer x delta x because delta x is a single entity. Okay, next. The next one will be, let's distribute the negative sign first. Okay, or let's just leave it like that. Negative. Okay, distribute first x. We have there 3x minus x squared minus x delta x. Next, 2. Distribute here 2. So we have here positive 6, negative 2x, negative 2 delta x. See, we needed a bigger screen. Okay, so we will just be distributing the negative sign. So minus 3x plus x squared plus x delta x minus 6 plus 2x plus 2 delta x. So let's find the like terms, combine like terms. So 3x and negative 3x is already 0. I find here 6 minus 6 is 0. Negative x squared and x squared here, that is 0 already. Negative x delta x, positive x delta x, negative 2x and positive 2x. Nothing left? No. We're still left. We have 3 delta x plus 2 delta x. Therefore, that is 5 delta x over 3. Now Now, finally, we can get the ratio. We can get the ratio delta y over delta x, that is equal to 5 over 3 minus x minus delta x, 3 minus x. Then, the limit of the ratio. The limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches 0 is equal to 5 over 3 minus x minus 0, 3 minus x. So the answer here becomes 5 over 3 minus x squared. So that is the final answer. Okay? So that's all the example for the topic, the derivative. Now later on, we will be solving for a much quicker way on how to get the derivative of the equation. Now again, I repeat, in your assignment later on, okay, I will be giving you an assignment. You will be using the three-step rule that we have discussed here. Now, for some of you who already know how to solve the faster way, the shortcut, the power rule, now I advise that please answer this in this three-step rule and use the faster method in determining whether your answer is correct. Let's make the flow of our lesson smooth and not by jumping to the next topic. So that's for today. That's for our lecture today. Stay tuned for